All right. Welcome back to the Roast It Yourself podcast brought to you by Coffee Bean Corral and Current Crop Roasting Shop. I'm Stephen Burnett with Coffee Bean Corral in Jackson, Mississippi. And with me, as always, is Catherine Mansell, Certified Cube Grader and Director of Current Crop Roasting Shop in New Orleans, Louisiana. Catherine, how are you in New Orleans today?
Today is good. It's actually pretty cool weather, and I've been eating so much candy. Apparently, they do trick-or-treating on Magazine Street from 5 to 8 tomorrow, so I went and got so much candy. And of course, I got extra for myself, so I've just been smashing candy all day.
Of course. Well, we're both in the layers now, and down here, you don't wear layers unless it is officially fall. So welcome to fall, everybody. We had our trunk or treat at church yesterday, and I almost bought candy, like a candy bar at the gas station before going. I thought, why? I will steal from my son. Why? I will steal from him later for free. And so that's what I did. But each week we set aside about 10 minutes to field questions from home coffee roasters and professionals alike about roasting, tasting, and most importantly, enjoying coffee. You can send your questions to questions@riypod.com. That's questions@riypod.com to get a nice shout out from us in an upcoming episode, and of course to get your question answered. This week's question comes from Connor F., who writes, "Hi team, I just took up coffee roasting as a new hobby and bought the Gene Roaster through Coffee Bean Corral, which came with 2 free sample packs to get me started on this journey. I've enjoyed the process of roasting and have gotten just enough of a grip on the machine to kind of know what I'm doing. My question is, what do I do next now that I'm almost done with the sample packs? Do I keep getting small packs of green coffee beans to try the different flavors that come from the beans, or do I get a whole bunch of the beans that I liked best from the sample pack and roast it to get different flavors from the different roasts? Thanks for the pod and for helping me get started on this journey, Connor." Connor, thank you so much for that question. Those nice words as well. Catherine, should he go wide? Should he go deep? What should he do?
Well, I guess it depends. Did you find your favorite cup of coffee in out of those 10 coffees? You know, Coffee Bean Corral has so many different options for you to choose from, and it's really because there is something for literally everyone. So if you roasted one of those and you thought, this is the best cup of coffee I've ever had in my life, this is the bean for me, you know, grab some more of that, roast it at different roast levels, but you're really just getting started with the inventory that's available to you. So honestly, I would go through, that's what I did. I went through, and it took me quite a long time to get through that inventory, as you well know. But some of those coffees will really surprise you. Some of them will be easy to roast. They'll be difficult to roast. So it'll put you into positions where you're learning that roaster even more. So I think start off and keep going until you find the one when you're stuck on it and you think, this is the only coffee I'm going to drink for the next 6 months. Then you can pause. That's what I did with Tanzania Peaberry.
We picked favorites. You pick favorites. It's like you just keep coming back. The Tanzania Peaberry is outstanding. I did talk to a guy today that said, I've been roasting for years. I found the Ethiopia Sidamo Natural, and that's what I drink, period. End of sentence. That's the whole thing. And but he's got it dialed in. He knows how he likes it, and it's gonna be consistent. So there's a definite benefit to that. But I'm with you. I think this is kind of a porque no los dos. Like, do both. Get something you really like. Get 3 or 4 pounds of it. Get 5 pounds of it, and then grab another sample pack. Hint: we do sample pack sales around the holidays. So
that's
not
true.
a bad idea. Look out for those. Get on the email list and be notified. My point is simply, like, you want to keep testing the waters and seeing what else is out there. For 2 reasons. One, because you don't know what you like until you try it. You just don't. I am right now. My wife went and got me a coffee, which is like how to get the guy that has everything coffee related. Get him more coffee, and he's happy. But she went out and got me a coffee from a great local shop. Shout out to Native Coffee here in Jackson. And it is a co-ferment with cinnamon. Not a co-fermented coffee add cinnamon. They fermented it with cinnamon. And didn't know
Wow.
I'd like that. I like it. It's quite
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
And so you don't
Yeah.
know what I never would have like searched that out, right? I never would have gone, oh, I know what I
Yeah.
need. I need a co-ferment cinnamon. But
Yeah.
I found it and it's good. So I think there's kind of a do both. Definitely, you're going to double down on some favorites.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
take good notes as you roast and as you drink the
Mm-hmm.
coffee so you know what you did like. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think there's a case to be made for both.
Yeah. Well, when I first got into it and I first started roasting coffee, the first time I tasted a natural process, it was not for me. It was not for me. I didn't really understand what the process was, nor why it was so different than coffee that I had ever had before, and I thought, something's not right. Fast forward to 6 years later, I love natural processes. So it's just at the beginning, and you're tasting all these really great quality beans, and you're trying out different roast levels. What you find now over the years, as you continue to go through and try new coffees and roast different things, all of that's going to change while you're introducing all of these things to your palate. So he's right in the spot where I have finally got something down with this roaster. I know what's happening. I like the roasts that are coming out, and now it's just like opening the door to all the other coffees he gets to experience.
Yeah, this is not static.
Yeah.
You change. That's what you're saying right now is you will change. Your taste will change.
Yeah.
What you're used to will change. What you expect will change. The coffee will change. If you find a coffee that you love, you're going to wake up at the next crop year, whenever that rolls over for that coffee, and go, this is close. This is better. This is not quite what I used to love. And so you're changing. The coffee is changing over time. The only way to maintain and to keep yourself kind of at this place of high quality coffee that you really love is to keep experimenting. The one thing I do want to say, though, is that I always advise people of this who are getting into coffee roasting for the first time, or people that are using an entirely different kind of machine, like maybe they're going from an air roaster to a drum roaster or something like that. If you're new to it, or if you're going to a new machine, it's really good to pick one coffee. We get the free sample packs, that's awesome. But take one coffee and get 3 or 4, roasts worth at least. If you got a big machine, get more. But if you have a half-pound roaster like the Gene Cafe, get like a 3-pound bag of something. That's 6 roasts you can do of one coffee. Changing that variable of the coffee that's going in is not going to change at all, and the only thing that changes is your roast profile, the drop temperature that you select. If the different things you have control over with the Gene or with any roaster. If you're always changing out coffees while you're learning the machine, it's really hard to know, do I like that thing I did, or do I like that coffee that I'm drinking better? So on the front end, it's great to just pick something like something simple, something easy, something South American, basic, nothing flashy, and just roast that 6, 7, 8, 9 times. And record what you do and see how it changes. That's always my 2 cents. But I mean, now we're kind of hypocrites, and we're not hypocrites. we are sitting in our ivory tower, surrounded by so many different coffees that we can just reach out a hand blindfolded and scoop something new whenever we want to. So I guess just take it from us that trying more coffees and experimenting widely is really good, and do as much of that as you possibly can.
It's worth it.
There you go, Connor. Thank you so much for the question. Catherine, we left something out, right? Like, surely,
maybe.
I don't know. This is kind of a binary, right? Kind of there's no wrong answer here. This is the first time there's been no wrong answer. Well, then in that case, guys, you have nothing to fuss about. Just get in the comments and congratulate us on a perfect episode with perfect advice. It really does help when people comment on the episode on YouTube or share comments about the podcast in general on the different podcast services. It helps other people find us, get to know what we do, and get into coffee roasting. The number of people that I've talked to recently that found Coffee Bean Corral, found coffee roasting, believed they could do it because they saw us doing it. We're like, if they can do it, I can certainly do it. Like the number of people that have reached out to me about that, it's been great. And this podcast, that's not huge, but it's reaching people and getting more people into coffee roasting, helping them level up, and we're excited about that. We cannot do that without you. And also be sure, guys, to share these episodes on your social media. Follow our social media accounts. Those links are going to be in the show notes. One thing I want to say real quick, and pause right here. If you are a rancher, if you are a wholesale member of our rancher program, today, because today is actually tomorrow for me right now, but today is the 31st, which, by the way, it's Catherine's birthday. And Catherine, I'm not gonna sing to you. I won't do it.
Right.
Okay, I won't do it. But happy birthday. But we're also doing our very first live stream chat for just wholesalers tomorrow. It'll be myself and Isabel, who works here. She handles Rancher with Coffee Bean Corral. Catherine's going to be celebrating her birthday, eating cake, giving candy to children, and taking some. It's going to be great. But that's happening tomorrow. So if you're a rancher, log in. You can ask questions. You can talk to us. Talk to live, which is pretty cool. So anyway, all that to say, thank you guys for listening. Thank you to the folks that handle our audio and video, make us look and sound good. And remember, listener, send any questions you have about coffee in general or coffee roasting in particular to questions@riypod.com. Otherwise, have a great day and happy roasting.
Thank you, Connor.